What if I told you that ancient wisdom from thousands of years ago holds the keys to understanding the entire universe? The secrets that shape the minds of history's greatest thinkers are hidden in plain sight. 7 simple principles that explain everything from why your thoughts become reality to why history keeps repeating itself. These aren't just philosophical ideas, they're the operating system of reality itself. The 7 Hermetic Principles come from the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, a figure so influential that both ancient Egyptians and Greeks worshipped him as a god of wisdom. These principles were preserved in a text called the Kybalion, written by the 3 initiates in 1908, but drawing on teachings dating back thousands of years. What makes these principles so powerful is their universality. They don't require faith or belief. They're observed patterns of how reality operates. From quantum physics to psychology, modern science keeps confirming what these ancient teachers already knew. Today, we're diving into all 7 principles. By the end of this video, you'll understand the fundamental laws that govern everything in existence. The all is mind. The universe is mental. This is the first Hermetic principle, mentalism. This principle states that everything we experience exists within a universal mind. Reality isn't just physical, it's mental. The universe isn't a dead machine, but a living thought. Think about your dreams. In a dream, you create entire worlds that feel completely real while you're experiencing them. According to this principle, our waking reality works similarly, just on a larger scale. Here's where it gets interesting. If everything is mental, then your individual mind is connected to the universal mind. This explains phenomena like intuition, telepathy, and manifestation. When you focus your thoughts intensely enough, you're directly influencing the mental fabric of reality. Modern quantum physics supports this. At the subatomic level, particles don't exist in definite states until they're observed. Your observation, your consciousness, literally changes physical reality. Next time you're trying to achieve something, remember, your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They're the building blocks of your experience. Control your mind, and you begin controlling your reality. As above, so below. As below, so above. This is the second Hermetic principle, correspondence. This principle reveals that patterns repeat themselves across all levels of existence. What happens on a cosmic scale is reflected in the microscopic, and vice versa. Look at how a tiny atom resembles a solar system. Electrons orbit a nucleus like planets around the sun. Or how our neural networks look strikingly similar to the cosmic web of galaxies. These aren't coincidences. This principle also works between the physical and mental planes. Your inner world creates your outer world. The chaos in your mind manifests as chaos in your life. The peace within reflects as peace without. This gives us a powerful tool. We can study one level of reality to understand another. Can't figure out a complex problem in your life? Look for the same pattern playing out in nature or history. And here's the practical takeaway. Change yourself and you change your world. Work on your inner realm first and watch how the outer realm transforms to match it. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This is the third Hermetic principle, vibration. Science confirms this ancient wisdom. All matter and energy are in constant vibration. From the densest rock to the most subtle thought, nothing is truly still. What separates gold from lead isn't the substance, but the rate of vibration. What differentiates red light from blue is simply vibrational frequency. And what's the difference between love and hate, happiness and depression? You guessed it, different vibrational states. This principle explains why certain people or environments instantly affect your mood. You're literally feeling their vibration, which then influences your own. The practical magic here is that you can consciously change your vibration. When you're stuck in a negative state, you can use music, movement, visualizations, or breathing techniques to shift your frequency. High vibrational states, like gratitude, joy, and love, attract similar experiences. Low vibrational states, like fear, anger, and jealousy, do the same. Every thought, emotion, and action is broadcasting a signal that draws matching experiences to you. Control your vibration, and you control what you attract. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. This is the fourth Hermetic principle, polarity. This principle reveals that opposites are actually identical in nature, just different in degree. Hot and cold are just variations of temperature. Light and dark are degrees of illumination. Love and hate are intensities of the same emotion. This understanding gives you remarkable power. By recognizing that negative states exist on the same spectrum as positive ones, you can mentally transmute one into the other. Consider your fears. Fear and excitement create almost identical physical reactions in your body: racing heart, heightened awareness, adrenaline rush. The difference is just your mental interpretation. By consciously shifting your perspective, you can transform paralyzing fear into exhilarating challenge. Polarity also teaches us balance. Every strength contains a potential weakness. Every problem holds a hidden opportunity. Nothing is entirely good or bad. Masters of this principle don't get lost in extremes. They recognize that wisdom lies in finding the appropriate point on any spectrum for any situation. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. This is the fifth Hermetic principle, rhythm. This principle explains why nothing stays the same forever. Life moves in cycles, like a cosmic pendulum swinging between extremes. You see this everywhere. Day follows night, summer follows winter, economic booms precede busts. Your energy levels, creativity, and emotions all flow in rhythmic patterns. Most people are unconsciously controlled by these rhythms, riding emotional roller coasters as the pendulum swings. But those who understand this principle can do something remarkable. They can neutralize the negative swings. When you know that every period of struggle will eventually shift to ease, you can maintain mental balance during challenges. When you recognize that success will naturally be followed by obstacles, you won't become complacent. The practical application is powerful. During downswings, instead of resisting, use the time for reflection and planning. During upswings, build resources for the inevitable shift. By working with these natural rhythms instead of fighting them, you align yourself with the universe's flow. Remember, no storm lasts forever, and no peaceful sea remains calm indefinitely. Mastery comes from riding these waves skillfully. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. This is the sixth Hermetic principle, cause and effect. There are no accidents in a universe governed by law. Every action triggers consequences, even if we can't immediately see the connection. Most people are caught in chains of effects, constantly reacting to what's happening around them. They're like leaves blown by winds they don't understand. But those who grasp this principle rise to become causes rather than effects. Look at your current circumstances, your health, relationships, finances. These aren't random or unfair assignments. They're the accumulated effects of countless causes set in motion through your thoughts, words, and actions over time. This isn't about blame but empowerment. Once you accept that you've created your present reality through past causes, you gain the power to create your future reality through present causes. The mental shift is dramatic. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What did I do to create this, and what can I do differently?" Even when facing situations caused by others, you still have the power to choose your response, making you a cause for what comes next, not just an effect of what came before. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This is the seventh Hermetic principle, gender. Don't confuse this with biological sex. This principle describes the creative process that exists in everything. The masculine energy initiates, directs, and focuses. The feminine energy receives, nurtures, and brings to form. These dual forces operate in every person, regardless of biological sex. Your analytical thinking is masculine. Your intuitive wisdom is feminine. Your assertive action is masculine. Your receptive listening is feminine. Creation happens when these forces balance and unite. Think about any creative process, whether making art, building a business, or forming a relationship. You need both the spark of inspiration, feminine, and the focused execution, masculine. Many problems stem from overemphasizing one energy at the expense of the other. Too much masculine leads to aggression without compassion. Too much feminine leads to ideation without implementation. Balance these energies within yourself, and you become a complete creator, capable of both conceiving new possibilities and bringing them into reality. These 7 principles aren't separate laws, but interconnected facets of the same truth. They work together, forming the operating system of existence itself. As you internalize these principles, you'll start seeing them everywhere. in your relationships, work challenges, personal growth, and the events shaping our world. But here's what most seekers never realize about these ancient teachings. The true power isn't in knowing the principles, but in applying them when no one is watching. While others search for the next spiritual shortcut, those who quietly practice these fundamental laws reshape reality itself. What could you create if you fully embodied even one of these principles this week?